Are you interested in a book that really delves into corporate culture? Do you want to listen to or read about a company that not only does really well financially, is a household name, but does good for its customers and its communities? If that's the type of book that you enjoy, do not buy, read, or listen to No More Tears about Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson is a company that is familiar to most of us in this country. They are the only company in this country that can legally use the Red Cross as part of a corporate trademark. To me, the Red Cross is the ultimate symbol of health and caring for those that need it most. Johnson & Johnson has actually really tarnished that logo for me. This is not a matter of conjecture or my opinion. The book No More Tears comes packed with facts and figures and has a lot of documentation about how Johnson & Johnson operated for years. Many of us have a really good positive feeling and image about Johnson & Johnson that dates back to the 1980s and the Tylenol scare. Deservedly so, Johnson & Johnson got a lot of very positive, very good publicity about the way they handled the Tylenol poisoning and the recall of its products. Again, that is very well justified and well earned. Despite the fact that it cost them millions of dollars, they got all of their product, whether it was tainted or not, off the shelves. It was destroyed. The company created new tamper-proof packaging, the same tamper-proof packaging that is used by many companies to this day. So the reputation that they got for that was well earned. However, I also learned something about Tylenol that I never knew. Tylenol is the only over-the-counter pain medication which, if used correctly by the label instructions, can still do permanent harm to your kidney and can in fact kill you. Something I never knew. Johnson & Johnson's troubles have been around for decades. Many of us heard murmurings or rumors about the fact that their baby powder contained asbestos. Not only did it contain talc, it contained asbestos. For years, Johnson & Johnson denied their claim that this was possible. They did their own research and kept putting out reports that said, our talc, our baby powder is asbestos free. Yet that same powder, when tested by independent laboratories, not under the auspices of Johnson & Johnson, found that all their talc contained asbestos. For those of you that don't know, and I certainly was among you, oftentimes when you mine talc, there's asbestos either in or near it. Once those minerals are ground together, it is impossible to separate them. It took years and a number of lawsuits before Johnson & Johnson got that product off the shelf. Again, 3 to 4 minutes is not enough time to do this justice. One of the things the book talked about was the whole opioid crisis. Now, many of us have heard the name Purdue Pharma and the Sackler family. They pleaded guilty and were fined and eventually basically put out of business because of their involvement in the opioid crisis. Again, they deserve this. However, what a lot of people don't realize, and I didn't know, was that a lot of the opium that they bought was actually farmed by Johnson & Johnson, and they too misled people as to the addictive powers of opioids. It's a great book and well worth the read. I hope you take the time to check it out. Have a great week.